Hello and welcome to my first video. I'm never done this before, so if I stutter a little bit, if I look funny, just don't tell me. This girl don't need no negativity in her life. It's all about being positive. My name is Christina, and I wanted to come here today and discuss a few things with you, talk a little bit about the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, as well as the Out of Darkness walk that I host in Bettendorf, Iowa, and my role with AFSP and why I became involved and why I will continue to stay involved. The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention was founded back in 1987 by a group of people that were becoming increasingly alarmed at the higher numbers of suicides that were happening. Each one of them had suffered a loss at one time or another, and they got together with scientists, and that's when AFSP was formed. It's very much a grassroots foundation from the bottom up, volunteers oriented, family oriented. It's a great organization. How I became involved, I was engaged to Rich. We were together for about 12 years. Very tumultuous relationship, lots of ups and lots of downs. And when it was down, oh Lord, was it down. He had untreated mental illness. He had been hospitalized a few times throughout those 12 years and wouldn't take his medication. He thought that he didn't need it and really had a hard time finding a doctor when he didn't have insurance. It ultimately led him to take his life in December of 2010. Shortly afterwards, I joined a walk in Brimfield, Illinois called Whitney's Walk, which is not affiliated with AFSP. But that July, it was the first time that I went with my three girls that I had an aha moment. I thought, wow, look at all these people. They're here for the exact same reason. They've been touched by suicide. They're here to make a difference. They want to connect with people, to, something bigger than themselves. And I felt peace. I felt like, oh man, this is kind of where I belong. So I went home that night. I did a lot of research, came across the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention's website, and voila. I first wanted to start a walk in Galesburg, Illinois, but these two lovely ladies over there by the name of Chastity Smith, and Tina Benedict, who are awesome. They were a couple steps ahead of me, and they started the walk over there, and actually it's doing very well. I moved to Iowa, so I thought, hey, let's take it on over there. This is going to be my fifth year, number 5, of hosting the Out of Darkness walk in Iowa. One thing that I love, not only am I a walk chair, I am also a board member for Iowa. So one thing that I love is that I advocate more than just this walk. I go to Washington, D.C. every June, and I speak with our congressmen and our legislatures, and we discuss whatever mental health bills are on the table, talk with them, explain our stories. I also do tabling events throughout the year. We have little bitty fundraisers, and really we can do Talk Saves Lives in school. We have a lot of educational programs. We really are your go-to. So you might want to check out AFSP's site and see everything that they have to offer. You'll be surprised. We also have lost support groups, and the one in Iowa, in Davenport, meets the first Monday of every month, 6 to 7:30, I think, at St. Paul's Lutheran Church. So with that advocating, one thing about the walk that I love is that a very good portion stays right here in the community. So when the money is raised in Iowa, it stays in Iowa. So we can do assist training for people. We've sent people to LGBTQ conferences. We have different support groups. I mean, there's just a huge things that we do. You need to check out our website to list them all. So I will do this all year long, not just in October. So, you kind of hear me talking here and there about things that we're doing. We also have the ISOS Day. This year, like I said, is going to be our 5th year. It's going to be October 13th, same place, Veterans Memorial Park. The only difference is this year we also leased out the park next to it because we ran out of parking. So you can come there and park, and it's just like a 2-second walk right to us. Hopefully it won't rain this year because last year was crazy. But you can register at www.afsp.org/QC Iowa. You can definitely join my team. My team name is Team Living Proof because I'm living proof that you can move forward after a suicide loss. You can move forward. We don't move on. You just learn to be a new normal. So you go to the website, register, do little fundraisers. Fundraising is important, and raising money is important to AFSP. And I'm going to use this little analogy. So when AIDS first came out back in the 80s, or, I think it was early 80s, kind of showing my age a little bit, it was a death sentence. People that were diagnosed with AIDS or HIV, they knew that they didn't have long. So what happens is we started all this federal funding, started going towards research. Hey, let's find out what's causing it. Let's find out what medication works. Let's find out what medication doesn't work. And I'm just doing rough estimates, so I know it's in the millions, so don't quote me, but I think it's like 280 million is dedicated in funding to AIDS, which is great because now it's not a death sentence. It's a disease that you can live with. It's a disease that you can manage with medications and with, great doctor care. However, like I said, that's proof. So you put money into something, into research and into scientists to find out why this is happening. And guess what? You see it going down and down and down. So death from AIDS and HIV is drastically reducing every single day. Then you have suicide. And again, I'm throwing numbers out there. And it is a low number that we receive in federal funds. It's a couple million. It's not much. But the suicide rate keeps going higher, and especially in Iowa. AFSP has a very bold goal to reduce the suicide rate 20% by 2025. I think we can do this. I think I can do it. I think you can do it. If you would have said to me 25 years ago that I would be here today talking to you, that wouldn't have happened. That wouldn't have happened. The AFSP very much is my family, and I would love for them to be your family too. So raising the money in order to do research, in order to have scientists, because we don't have that federal funding there, is a great opportunity to become involved. One small fundraiser you can do, because May is Mental Health Awareness Month, a small little fundraiser would be at work. Go to your employer and be like, hey, I want to wear blue jeans. Can, the company every Friday or one Friday this month, can people pay $5 to wear blue jeans? And they're probably going to go, heck yeah, you can donate that to your team. Whatever your gig is, please feel free to do it. You don't have to fundraise. The first 2 Out of Darkness walks that I attended that I didn't really host, I just sat there and cried. That's perfectly normal. Just to be with that group of people and being able to cry really, really helps a lot for the soul. So I encourage you today to go on over to afsp.org/QC Iowa and support us by registering for our walk, and maybe by registering for my team, whatever it takes. And remember, be the voice. You got to be the voice when someone else can't. Thanks, and have a good day.